everyone, this is Tabitha Williams or Tabitha Williams Hart, and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reading Monster Castle the Ink version. I published this story on episode, by the way. If you want to check it out, click the link in the description. Make sure for those of you that are not subscribed to smash the like button, comment, share, and subscribe to the video and get push notifications here on this channel. Thanks! Today I'll be reading Monster Castle episode 12, Origins. Alright you all, let's get into the video. Alright you all, it says this story uses sound or music effects, so please turn up your volume. Alright, a little bit later at James and Jesse's bedroom. I know this may not be the right moment, but can someone please just tell me what happened a while ago at Tess and Karen's tower room? And then Jesse says, I explained all of what happened to AJ a while ago, about how Tess and Karen betrayed us for the sake of Carrie's plan. Boy, was he very pissed. I can't believe that Tess and Karen would dare betray us like that for the sake of Carrie's plan. After all those times they tried to help us, I thought that we could count on them. But no, all that was just some stupid lie. Well, to be honest, AJ, Tess and Karen weren't always that bad, especially since when I first met them. What do you mean by that, Riley? Well, Vladimir and Velma along with Damien weren't always bad people either in the past. Until their minds became corrupt. Alright you all, so we got a choice right here. It says, what the heck is going on? And then we got, what are you guys talking about? We're just going to keep it PG and choose what are you guys talking about. I have a question. What on earth are you guys talking about? Well, Carmen, Riley and James were basically saying that Damien, Tess, and Karen and Vladimir and Velma weren't really so bad as they seem to be now in the past. Well, okay then. I mean, think about it, Carmen. You know, with most villains in life, all of them weren't born to be so rotten. But instead, some traumatic event in the past has caused them to be awful for their future. Oh, I get it. That's why most villains in movies and TV series have a backstory that tells what caused them to be so evil. That's so true and on point, AJ. Well, may I hear about all of the monsters here in this castle's origins so I can get more of an elaboration? Of course you can, my darling Carmen. Alright, you all, this is the origin story game. So basically in this, y'all, I get to choose, or as the reader, you get to choose which story you want to read. So first we got right here is Damien. Then we got Tess and Karen's origin story button right here. Then we got Riley, Vladimir, and Velma's backstory button right here. And then we got James and Jesse's origin story button right there. And then you can tap the done button when you're done. But I think we're just gonna go ahead and do Damien's backstory first. Get that out of the way. Alright. And it says you have selected Damien's origin story. Well, I did hear at least a little bit of Damien's tragic backstory, but I would really like to know a lot more. Well, you aren't wrong, Carmen. Damien did have a tragic past. Even though he ended up being the evil womanizer human turned demon, that dude had a sad life, and based on what he could have told you, there's more to his backstory as well. But don't worry, we'll eventually tell the story right now. A long time ago in this town of Westbriar in the year of 1882, there lived a wealthy family named the Garamoski family. This family consisted of a 6-year-old Damien Garamoski, his very abusive player father Oswald Garamoski, and his once loving but abused mother Selena Garamoski. You need to work a lot harder on these floors, Selena. Well, excuse me for cleaning the whole house with only one break, and then I had to clean it again without any breaks. Especially that I had to do all this housework by myself, and you didn't even do anything but just smoked and read the newspapers. Well, maybe it's for the fact that I want this mansion to be spotless and perfect, so that no dirtiness will be in this house, not even for a dirty, ugly woman like yourself. Am I clear on that? Yes. Oh my goodness, what is my father doing to my mother? Now be a good wife and get the rest of this house cleaned up, or else you'll be experiencing a lot worse. As time passed by, Oswald started seeing more women, even abusing his original wife Selena way more often. Ew. As much as Selena hated seeing this, there were lots of times she wanted to divorce her husband, but she couldn't. As of 1857, divorce could be largely open for men only, which meant since back then in 1882, women weren't allowed to be divorced until much later. Therefore, all Selena could do was to keep silent, or else she would get hurt a lot more. Even though Damien did go through as much as a child, he did suffer some in his teen years by his own father. Then at age 18, Damien finally overcame his problems and decided to leave his toxic household so he could live on his own. Then when Damien turned 27 in 1903, he was dating a beautiful woman named Elise Stonewright, and that they were going to have a wonderful picnic together until things turned sour. Ready for a picnic together, darling? Of course, my beautiful Elise. Well, I will go get the picnic basket in your 1903 Cadillac. Alright, you all, the first Cadillac model was made in August 1902. No, allow me to get it. No, it's okay, Damien. I'm a strong woman. I can get it myself. Alright, if you say so yourself. Fine. Then Susan and Damien talked for a good bit until Susan asked this. Hey, I was wondering, do you have a girlfriend? Even though Damien was supposed to be dating Elise, he noticed when he was talking to Susan, he noticed that Susan had a more interesting personality than Elise. He noticed that Susan enjoyed things he liked most, which was fishing, exploring, and loved to have the idea of having children one day. But with Elise, she thought of never doing those things. Instead, with Elise, she only thought of supporting feminist rights and being the independent woman that she always longed for. Even though he did experience his father cheating on his mother before, he never thought it would be wrong, even though it was because he was so accustomed to that lifestyle. Alright, you all, we have a choice where it says, no, I don't have a girlfriend who. You all, I really don't like to lie and do a cheating type of stuff, y'all, but this is Damien right here, and Damien's gotta cheat because he's a player. But we're just gonna choose girlfriend who. What? Girlfriend who? I don't have a girlfriend. Are you sure? Because clearly I thought there was a woman that you was talking to earlier and you was flirting and kissing her too. What? No, that was my sister Elise. She was just asking for some dating advice and I helped her out with it. But since I really don't have a girlfriend, would you care to be mine? I don't know about that. I mean, we just met today. Oh, come on, please. Don't break my heart. I've felt so lonely in my life, especially for my depressing past. Well, I hate to say this, but sure, what the heck? You seem like a nice guy, so I'll accept the offer. Yes! Listen, I am really sorry. That does it. I am now summoning the Elder Witch. Wait a minute. What Elder Witch are you talking about? Oh my goodness, who in the world are you? I am Grisma, who is the Elder Witch of this town of Westbriar. For the past few centuries, I've been trying to stop all the males in your family, the Garmaski family, from doing awful things to their wives and girlfriends. I mean, heck, when you was younger, I even attempted to stop your father from abusing his wife until he had to beg me for his life. But then, when I've seen that he did it even more, I was on the verge of cursing him. But since you were at a young age back then, I decided to let the curse go. But now that I've seen that you are just like your father, I have decided that you are the one who needs to have this treacherous form that I'm about to give you. Which then the rest of your family will suffer next as well. No, man, please don't do this to me. Oh man, you're not gonna curse me too, are you? Of course not. I know that you're a really sweet girl on the inside. But let this be a warning to you that you should never do any awful things like the Garmaski family did. You can count on me, Miss Grisma. Then 1 year later, Selena Garmaski died of grief over her son's passing at age 42. Another year later, Oswald Garmaski's life really fell apart, and because of the curse, he committed suicide at the age of 49. Then a few years later, Damien decided to live in Velma and Vladimir's castle. Then he dated Riley soon after for 100+ years, and then we all know how the story goes. Alright, you all. I think the next origin story I'm going to do, you all, is Velma, Vladimir, and Riley's origin story. You have chosen Riley, Vladimir, and Velma's origin story. Well, I hate to say this, but I guess I'll tell the origin story of Velma, Vladimir, and I. But just be warned, you will be shocked on the story that I will tell. Well, I guess we might then. A long time ago in this town of Westbriar in the year of 1898, Westbriar was once ruled by a monarchy before they decided to call it quits on the monarchy so it could be ruled presidentially. Surprisingly, Velma and Vladimir were once the king and queen of Westbriar. They ruled with great power and dignity. They even ruled with a beautiful crown princess daughter. And their beautiful crown princess daughter is none other than myself. I was 18 years old during the time. Velma was 40 years old and Vladimir was 45 years old. This is the story of how my once great life ended up being awful in the end that I'll never forget. Mom and Dad, what's with those drinks? Why is this celebration for you, dear Riley? You know that you're about to become queen soon, Riley. And within a matter of means, in about 4 months, you'll be coronated as the new Queen of Westbriar. Which means during that time, you would need to find yourself a husband to get married to. Oh, gee, Mom and Dad, I don't even know how all this is going to work out. Don't worry, dear. Your father and I will help you along the way. We are also counting on you too, Riley. We got one choice right here where it says, you can count on me, Mom and Dad. You can count on me, Mom and Dad. Don't worry, dear. We will. Who is it? Hello, Your Majesties. I'm Chester Wigington. I became a guard of the castle, and I've recently been attacked by vampires, so please let me in. Man, there's something really awful and suspicious going on here. All right, you may come in. Wait, Velma, no! Oh my goodness! Sir, are you all right? To be honest, I never felt any better. You stay away from her, King Vladimir, you scumbag, or Queen Velma gets bit. Why the heck are you in our castle? What do you really want from us? How did the guards let you in here? Man, you ask way too many questions, don't you? I have come to this castle to claim what's rightfully mine. You see, I originally had a deed to own this castle 110 years ago in 1788 to even become the rightful king. Then once I became king, then all of a sudden a vampire bit me and I became an immortal vampire at 35 years of age. After the incident, I tried to claim the castle back, but then it was taken from me by another ruler. So basically all I want is to destroy you, King Vladimir, so I will have the right to become king. And then I will be able to have beautiful Queen Velma and Princess Riley all to myself. Oh, and if you want to know about how the guards let me in, I killed every one of them that I've encountered, so I would enter here. Ooh, I just know you won't be able to get away with this. Too late for that, because right now I just got started. You do that to my wife, and now I'm gonna really hurt you so bad. Wait, Dad, no, please don't do this. Well, I think that vampire bite should have killed King Vladimir. Want to be next, dear princess? Well, if it isn't Chester the vampire who is trying to invade the Westbriar castle. Such a shame, but luckily we have to banish him from this castle on such a short notice. Wait, whatever you're both about to do, please don't. Oh God, please, I beg mercy, don't. Sorry, but it's time for you to die, Mr. Chester. You have hurt the people of Westbriar for too long, along with what I just heard about what you did with the king and queen. Thanks, Tess and Karen, for saving my behind. Aw, don't mention it. But just remember next time to use your magic spells that we have taught you whenever you're in certain danger. Yes, ma'am, sorry about that. It's okay. Since Tess and I have some more important work to do, would you care to assist your parents to see if they're okay? Of course, Miss Karen. As soon as I seen Vladimir and Velma turn into vampires, the horrors of it just filled my head. I noticed that Chester thought that he killed Vladimir with his vampire bite, but instead it backfired. Hi, Vlad, what happened? I don't know, I passed out trying to save you from Chester, and all of a sudden I wake up and then you wake up, and I started to feel thirsty for blood. Vlad, who's this strange girl? What? Did my own parents just forgot that I existed? Are they trying to suck my blood and turn me into a vampire too? Oh man, what should I do? I'm not sure. But are you thinking what I'm thinking, Velma? Of course, let's suck her blood, Vlad. Oh no, she's getting away, Vlad. We have to stop her. At the bridge hallway room. I'm deeply sorry, Mom and Dad, for what I'm about to do. Alright, you all, basically in that scene that just happened right there, y'all, Riley, she committed suicide because of this bridge case right here. Like, under it is a lot of space down there, and it becomes the ghost lake, it becomes the soul lake, later on. But she committed suicide, you all, because she was afraid to turn into a vampire like her parents, and she didn't want that to happen for herself. But y'all, episode wouldn't let me say it was suicide or something like that, because they had rules and stuff like that on there. But and they also wouldn't let you show a dead body because of that stuff. So that's why I'm explaining what this scene is, you all, so y'all can know. Oh, darn it! I thought you would have had her this time. Oh well, I guess there's nothing we can do about that now. Oh my goodness, did I just seriously die? Riley, I'm sorry that type of situation happened to you. Not only that, but I'm shocked that Velma and Vladimir are supposed to be your parents. But you also never got to even tell us about it till now. Hey Riley, cheer up. I'm sorry that happened to you though, but it's okay. We're all here for you. Well, thank you all so much for the encouragement. You're welcome. Alright everyone, let's move on to the next origin story. Alright you all, I'm going to read Tess and Karen's origin story next, so let's do that. It says, you chose Tess and Karen's origin story. Well, I guess then I will explain Tess and Karen's origin story. A very long time ago in the year of 1778, Tess and Karen in the colonized town of Westbriar at the age of 4 years old. The town at first never heard much about witches residing in the town until when Tess and Karen and their mother came along. Then one day, most people in Westbriar found out about Tess and Karen and their mother being witches, and some wanted them to be burnt alive, but a lot more people decided for them not to be burned alive, but instead it cost for them to be awfully discriminated. Alright, Tess and Karen, it's time for bed. But Mommy, may we have one more bedtime story? No, Karen, it's bedtime. You both need to go to sleep. I'll see you both in the morning. Tess, what in the world are you doing to that stick? I'm going to get back at Neville, Mason, and Liam for bullying us for being witches. Do you think that is that's a good idea? Okay, y'all, we have a choice where it says, of course I think it's a good idea, or no, I don't think it's a good idea. I'm just going to choose the obvious answer and think, no, this isn't a good idea. No, sadly, I don't think it's a good idea. But I would still go swing by to give them what they deserve. But are you sure you want to do this? Yes, we both can go over there and hurt them. Plus, I even know a way to do it without us getting caught. Alright, boys, let's get ready for bed. What are you pathetic witches doing here in our room? We're both here to get back at you three for burning us for being witches. Aw, how cute. And what are you both gonna do about it? Trust me, you're about to find that out. Well, at least you taught the boys a lesson, Tess. What's going on up there? Who's up there right now? I swear Then in the summer of the year of 1802, Tess and Karen's mother named Shelley passed away at 60 years of age. Tess and Karen were so devastated about the death of their mother, so they decided to put an immortality spell on themselves to not age or die over the age of 28. Since the town of Westfire was not fond of them being witches, Tess and Karen petitioned for their rights to live as well-mannered citizens, which they got a house to live together for about 94 years. That is, until a wealthy couple took their rights to live in their own house away from them. Alright, it says Basher is reading the deed that they gave him and his wife permission to own Tess and Karen's house. Then a few months later, in 1896, Tess and Karen lived in the Royal Westfire Castle with Velma, Vladimir, and I, and became one of my personal mentors, especially my mentors in magic. Alright, you all, basically in this scene right here, she's trying to levitate the red apple though, but it's in black and white because it's a flashback. But then what Riley is about to do next, she's about to turn that red apple into a golden apple. Well, after hearing Tess and Karen's story, now I see how you got to save me when using magic to defeat them, which I definitely thank you for, Riley. Sure, no problem, AJ. Anyways, let's get on to the next story. Alright, and now we got James and Jesse's origin story, y'all. And then after that, we should be done with their origins. Alright, it says you chose James and Jesse's origin story. Well, I guess I will tell my sister and I's origin story. Serenity, we don't have much time. The werewolf hunter is after us and after our children. Yes, I know, which is why I'm sending them to the monster castle. What? Why would you do that? Do you even remember the last time we've been there, on how we were treated there by Velma and Vladimir, even with all those victims? Shh! Lionel, we can't argue about the monster castle in front of our kids! Sorry, that was my fault. I accept your apology. Now, James, you're 5 years old. If your father and I don't make it, you need to step up and be the big man for your 4-year-old sister, Jessie, and protect her at all costs. Yes, Mommy. Jessie, I want to give you something. Now, Jessie, if Daddy and I don't make it, I want you to wear that pendant in remembrance of us. Yes, Mommy. Now, both both of you go run over there to that big castle up there. And if the hunter tries to find you, please stay out of sight. Now go! Surprise! Kids are so adorable in here, see, and they do look like they've been lost. Oh, wait, maybe we can keep those kids? Of course no, we can keep them. Then we can turn them into vampires soon enough. Hey kiddos, wake up! We have something to tell you both. Hey kiddos, I'm Velma, and with me is my husband. With me here is my husband Vladimir. We noticed the both of you look lost and probably have no parents, but don't fret because Vladimir and I will be glad to take care of the both of you as your new parents. So what do you both say? Sure, thanks. My sister and I will stay with you both. Very good. Come follow us then, kiddos. We'll show you around the house, around the castle right now. Hey, Velma, I think you should suck the kids' blood now. So basically, Velma and Vladimir at the time took my sister and I to a moon simulation room called the Moon Room. The Moon Room is known to be their testing room for them to test to see if a human being had the ability to react to the full moon like a werewolf lycan could do. I just knew that after my sister and I were tested there, Velma and Vladimir were not too happy about that. Alright, James and Jesse, now your new mommy and I want you to go both stand at the back wall where that moon neon light is. Just as I suspected, you both are pure-blooded werewolves. James, who on earth are our new parents supposed to be? I hate to say this, Jesse, but somehow our new parents are vampires. They are known to be our worst enemies up to the werewolf, which they had to keep it from us until now. If I were the both of you, you both need to keep your distance from Vladimir and I, or a lot worse happens. Good then you both need to stay away from my sister and I, or else I'll conquer the both of you. Oh, you cool, flourish werewolf children. Like my wife and I will be scared of both of you. Ooh, one day they will see about that. Like I have said, Velma and Vladimir really did not approve of my sister and I being werewolves at all. They even forced us to not call them as our parents, but by their actual names. Then as days passed, Jesse and I were introduced to the rest of the monsters in the castle, such as Riley, Tess and Karen, and Damien. Riley and Tess and Karen accepted us for being werewolves, but for Damien, he did not like us at all. It was basically for the fact that Riley used to hang out with us most of the time, and he was jealous of that. And it was also due to other reasons as well. Fast forwarding to 12 years later, Jesse was 16 years old and I was 17 at the time. I was going to take my sister and I to the indoor pool until we saw Riley and Damien across from us. Hey Jesse, do you want to go to the indoor pool with me?
James, I would love to do that. But let me take care of some things first and I'll go get changed to go with you.
Well, okay then. Let me know if you need anything, sis. Hey Riley, I'll be right back.
Hello Damien. May I help you with anything?
Of course, I was wondering if I could show you something right now.
Show me something like what?
You see, I have this new adorable puppy that I bought for Riley, and Riley and I decided to let you see him before you go to the pool. Aw, come on, Jesse. Don't deny it. I know how you love puppies.
Well, I did have some stuff to take care of before I go to the pool, but I guess all that could wait because I do love puppies.
Perfect. Riley will be there and I will take you to our bedroom to go see him.
Damien! Where in the world is Riley and the puppy? I should have took care of some things and be with my brother at the pool right now. But all you're doing is making me wait in the room for almost 20 minutes and just staring me down.
Oh, Jesse, if only you knew who my puppy actually is.
Damien, what in the world are you saying?
Silly Jesse, you're my beautiful puppy. And I won't let you leave here until I get what I want.
Oh God, please Damien, whatever you're about to do is not worth it.
After 20 minutes of not seeing my sister at the pool with me, I quickly sensed with my werewolf senses that something awful was about to happen to her.
James, help!
Hurry and come with me, Jesse, before he gets up. Outside James and Jesse's bedroom. And ever since that day, I taught Jessie how to defend herself. She learned a lot from me too. Then as years passed till the present day, life here at the Monster Castle was usual as always until now. Alright you all, we read all the origin stories, so now we're going to tap the done button. Okay Carmen, AJ, and Riley, Jessie and I have another thing to show you three. At the Soul Lake under the Ghost Bridge. Well, we made it to the top secret crypt room.
Wow, this crypt room is a lot different than the ones I went to when I discovered Carrie's plan. Well, to tell you the truth, this crypt room is basically where all of the victims before you, AJ, Fauna, Tim, and Carrie were laid to die here.
Some were even sacrificed to die at the Soul Lake that we just passed by.
What? There were victims here before AJ, Fauna, Tim, and Carrie and I?
How come we never got to know about this sooner?
Man, those poor victims.
Riley, you knew about this too?
Sadly, yes. I know that you and AJ are shocked about this, but the victims before you, AJ, Tim, Fauna, and Carrie, were here to stay at the Monster Castle before when it wasn't made public. We're sorry for not telling you both sooner. Can you ever forgive us, Carmen and AJ? It's okay. It's fine. AJ and I forgive you, James and Riley.
I know James and Jesse told me to move on about Fauna's death, but I can't move on without her. Life became too hard for me to move on. This is all Carrie's fault. If it wasn't for that stupid evil plan of hers, and then she would have took my advice to not get revenge on Carmen, we all wouldn't be in this mess. I really need to get out of here. Like right now. So the rumors were true that Velma and Vladimir turned you into a vampire.
Yeah, like duh. I even heard from you that you want to leave this castle. Why leaving so soon? We only have less than a week left here.
Because for me staying here is just way too much. This evil plan of yours has gone way out of hand.
Well, too bad, because I don't think you'll be going anywhere.
Wait a minute, what?
Jesse, what's wrong? Are you both okay? Our werewolf senses are telling us that Tim just had been attacked by Carrie, and she sucked all of his blood, meaning that her bite could have possibly killed him.
Oh no, please no, not Tim. Everyone, I know this is heartbreaking news, but I think it's time for us to create our escape plan. Like now and immediately.
Alright, you all, that is the end of the video. I'm sorry this video was kind of long, you all. I tried to do less commentary in there, but I was trying to explain some of the scenes for y'all to understand. And I'm sorry if there's distraction sounds in this video too, y'all, especially when I moved to a new house recently and with things. But like I said, you all, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and get those push notifications on, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.